Good morning to you guys. Oh, it is finally Friday. I am Trooper Steve, your traffic safety expert here at WKMG, and we are streaming live here in News 6's Results 1. It's News 6. I like to say it's mine, but it is definitely not. Good morning, Kevin. Thanks for always. I love my dedicated fans out on the YouTube channel. You guys are always keeping our algorithm there. We got Eric on here, best trooper in the U.S. I appreciate that. Good morning to you, Eric. Definitely not the best, but I love being a trooper. Good morning, Sue, my Canadian friend. So, it is Friday, finally, man. This week, I don't know what happened to me. I don't know if, my levels are off or what's going on, but it has been a very slow, long week. But we are here, I am here, and we're going to wrap this up. So listen, I've been on a weird pedestrian safety kick this week because things have been off with you guys. I'm talking, we've had a lot of crashes this week. We were focused on a few things. Yesterday, we went and showed the improvements. Years these improvements have been there, but improvements that have been in place along Orange Blossom Trail and the great electric signage and warning signs that are there for pedestrians. So fast forward to this morning. We're going good. I'm thinking, all right, it's going to be a great morning, normal morning like it is, and then we have a fatal crash happen this morning on a Friday, and information comes out. It's vehicle versus pedestrian. Boom. Okay. I am familiar with the area. Edgewater, All-American, rural, industrial style a little bit. And then I go out there. So I leave the morning show. I'm like, let's go check it out. Let's see what it is. It's right by the station. Get out there, and there is just a vehicle. Front end is destroyed. Windshields caved in. There's a bicycle that's just trashed to the ground, and there's not a crosswalk in sight. So what does that mean? That means this bicyclist probably, hopefully, amen, not intentionally, crossed there, wasn't seen, got hit. End of story. That bicyclist now deceased. And that driver has to live with something like that. So what I want to end the week on is some basic stuff. Quick reminders, and a high pedestrian area, oddly this morning. It's like every time I want to come out and do something, the pedestrians stay home. But we're along Rinehart Road and State Road 46, city of Sanford, Seminole County. But this is the first place that I thought of because of sidewalks and trails. This area is just, they become one, really. Sidewalks, trails, roadway, businesses, residential area, it all just gets meshed like a meatball right here, and becomes one. So there are multiple steps that need to happen. So this is what we're going to do. Wrap this really quick. This is going to be a super easy stream, maybe 10 minutes, but basic pedestrian driver rules. So we're going to go through the rules of what you should be doing. I'm parked off here, parking lot. Just the thought of being right here makes me hungry because it's right by Mellow Mushroom. Oh, so good. But let's talk about a few things first. It is gorgeous outside. Another ugly day this afternoon, so prepare yourself for that. But let's talk, shall we? So we're talking pedestrian safety again. Basic stuff, all right? Hello, Terry. Good morning. All right. So, basic pedestrian safety has been the topic this week because it's such a daily topic, right? Whether you're in your car or walking, one or the two apply. Safety, right? And you've got to be safe no matter where you're at. And it's a conscious decision to make. So that's exactly what we're going to do. So on this Friday, we're going to go through the motions, hit the weekend nicely for Mother's Day, but go into it safely, all right? I want it right here. So first and foremost, we got the basic stuff. In a parking lot, most of the time you will see some type of signage. And you should be paying attention to that signage. Why? Because it's there for a reason. They want you to stop. So you're going to stop, look both ways. I got a pedestrian off to my left. I got a pedestrian off to my right. I'm going to watch them. I'm also watching other cars, like this guy. This is going to come on out, even though he had a stop sign too. But they're just going to do what they want. Also, car washes. This car wash is always crazy because people just park where they want. Like this guy, he's just going to park there. The guy over there, just going to park there. It's insane. But this is why we do this stuff, all right? So when you're pulling out of parking lots, this is also an important one. Multiple signage. So I have signage here that says, do not block the trail. It's kind of crooked. I can feel that on a Friday. Then a stop sign. So what do I have to do? I have to stop here first because I'm stopping for the trail. I'm looking left. Then I'm looking right. It's clear. So we're going to continue forward. But we have cars coming. So now I'm going to still yield. But I have multiple things I'm yielding to, right? I'm yielding to cars. I'm yielding to pedestrians. I'm not blocking the trail. Why am I not blocking the trail? Because it says not to block the trail. All right, here, we're just going to drive zigzags. Here, I'm turning signal on. I'm making a right. I'm not only just not looking for cars, but I'm looking for people in the crosswalk. If there was someone here in the crosswalk, I've got to yield right away to this person in that crosswalk. So let's get turned around and keep on going. This is going to be high ops tempo, talking about some basic traffic stuff. Because for some whatever reason, you guys are struggling with understanding that even though you might be right, doesn't mean you're going to win. And for that, I'm talking to my pedestrians, all right? So we're going to come out here, make a right. I see the stop. Oh, no, wrong camera. I see the stop sign, right? Okay? So I'm going to stop at said stop sign. Then I pull forward. Okay, at some point in time, we're gonna change behavior. Sanford Police Department, what's up? How you doing? Stay safe out there, please. There is a sign that I want to show you, and it's specifically for my pedestrians. So a pedestrian says, "But I saw the stop sign, but I don't have to stop on it." But why would you not want to stop? I found it. Okay. Am I able to get out somewhere? We are. So, along Rinehart here, you've got a mall and you have a large Walmart. On one of the sides of the roadway, the trail runs through here, a hiking trail. Quite a large one, actually. Runs through there. It accommodates both bicyclists and pedestrians. On that crosswalk, there is also a stop sign. Should you be stopping at those stop signs as a pedestrian? Yes. Yes, you should be. It's insane when I see people that don't want to, or that say that they don't have to. It doesn't make much sense to me. So let's check it out. Let's see if we can see it. And then we'll run through this a few more times. You can't see it. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it. So, if you're joining us this morning, we're talking about the trails and sidewalks and roadway mix. That right there, I know it's not a great shot, but that is Rinehart, south of 46, where pedestrians travel quite often. And over the past couple of days, we have seen a spike in some pedestrian crashes. We know that we see it often here in Central Florida, but yesterday we talked about how good Orange Blossom Trail's been doing. And then today we have a fatal crash off of Edgewater with a bicyclist where there's no crosswalk. So I felt compelled to come out here and just talk about some of the basic stuff that we're not doing, that we really should be doing. And the biggest thing, if I'm going to make a bumper sticker about it, and it's like, just because you're right doesn't mean you're going to win. And I mean that with these crashes. Yes, you could have the right-of-way, but ultimately, if you get hit by a car, having a right-of-way and a broken leg and laying in bed, or having your family plan your funeral, isn't a win. Not in my book. So that's why we're talking about all this basic stuff. So a big key thing is to pedestrian safety is obviously the driver ego. The driver ego is the one where you are not aware of what's going on around you inside the vehicle. And you should be aware of your surroundings all the time. I know there's a pedestrian right here on the right. I know that she's standing oddly close to the roadway. I'm aware that there are businesses around me, things like that. So here, I can see that there's a crosswalk. Why? Because it's painted crazy. Florida law requires me to yield to that crosswalk before driving over it. I look left, right? It's nice and clear. I look right. It's nice and clear. So we begin to push forward a little bit. As I push forward, we check for other traffic. It's clear. We're coming on out. But that crosswalk tells me, hey, this is probably high traffic area. I should be paying attention, right? So you should be. Thank you for paying attention. We have a pedestrian off to the right here. We're paying attention. We see them before we even got here. They're waiting for the crosswalk to activate, and then they cross when it tells them to. They're not crossing against traffic. Right now, their light way over there says that they can cross. So that pedestrian is doing that, even though that driver, 2 clowns, just almost took him out. 3 clowns almost just took him out. Unbelievable. And that's why we're out here talking. That's why we're out here talking about this. That poor guy. Some people would say, Steve, why are you out here just talking about random pedestrian safety? It's the pedestrian's fault. That guy stood at the corner right there, waited, pushed the button, waited for the icon to indicate that he can cross, began to cross, all the cars waited, he was in the crosswalk, and thank goodness he looked, because 3 of the cars said, no, I'm going to do what I want. That's why we're here talking about this stuff. Man. Glad he was paying attention. That was a close one. This lady's not. She's all up on the phone. All up on the phone. See, here at Trooper Steve on patrol, you just never know what's going to happen. We could see things go quite well. We could see maybe one day, hopefully not, someone get whopped, and that's not what we want to see. Not what we want to see. So basic stuff is what's going to keep us alive. Paying attention to the roadway. Seeing the right-of-way. Signs that might not be enforceable, but are there to make sure that you are surviving. What do I mean by that? The stop signs that are on the sidewalks, that are there for the pedestrians. They're there to let you know, hey boss, you might not want to just sprint out into the roadway. Or, ma'am, stop your bicycle before you cross the driveway here, because the car might not see you. The little mistakes we are making are going to get us killed. And ultimately, this is why we harp this stuff. We try to preach the basic stuff, because every day people are dying, guys. Every single day. Look, it is Mother's Day weekend. It is going to be gorgeous out there this weekend for the most part. Chief Meteorologist Candace Campos giving us our forecast, letting us know, hey, you got to watch out. You got to pay attention. So I need you guys, please, be weather aware. Plan something maybe indoor for mom this weekend. I'm going to go see my mom, hang out, get some Chinese food, take it easy. So you guys be safe, please. Watch out for pedestrians. Pedestrians, don't fight the fight. Let the cars win. I'll talk with you guys later. See ya.